Hello.
Hello. All right. Hello. Idiots on Parade, the too ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand up comedian in Iowa City. You can't see her, but that's Alexander Puppington making noise over there chewing on things, my little puppy. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. Apologies to anybody that's not watching us on YouTube live yet because we were not live last week. We had a guest, and I was under the mistaken impression that when you go live on YouTube and it says add guests, that means guests. That means plural. But every time we tried to add a guest, there would be three people, me, Jake, and the guest, and YouTube kept booting us off, one of them off, saying, nope, room is full.
Yeah,
So,
you can have as many guests as you want to. They just got to be on the same camera.
exactly. So, Jake, you asked how I was doing. I had a corporate show the other night, which is Good Morning, Mr. AC Blazer. I had a corporate show the other night, which corporate shows pay really well. They have a Christmas party or a politically correct holiday party, and they decide, hey, we should have a musician or a juggler or a comedian, and they decided to have a comedian, and it went fine. They were very polite. I got up, you could tell right from the beginning, like, hey, here's our comedian. They're like, oh, golf clap, we have a comedian. And I start telling jokes, and they're just sitting like this, just smiling, like, oh, this is nice. We have a comedian, except for one woman. And I'm like, all right, she's not into comedy. The next day, the booking agent, the guy that got me the gig, contacts me. He's like, how'd it go last night? I'm like, I was fine. He goes, hey, was there a woman? He's a comedian himself. He goes, was there a woman reading a book there? And I said, yes. He goes, yeah, I did it last year. She just sat and read the entire time. I'm like, well, there you go. You just oh, it's time for the comedian. I'm going to get out my book and just read through the set. And I thought it was hilarious.
Lady, so much more than the other people that did the fake smile. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather have the honest disdain from the crowd, because especially something like a corporate gig, whether it's a corporate gig or like an ambush bar show or something,
Yeah.
they didn't land on your comedy show. Your comedy show landed on them.
Yeah.
So I almost rather have her just completely tuned out than them sitting there doing the fake smile, like, ha, and then it gets to punchline and they're like, huh. Because now it's like, at least that lady didn't laugh, but she was balls deep in 50 Shades of whatever the sequel is. And so like she didn't hear the punchline. But this guy on the fake thing. Now I feel like he was paying attention and did want to laugh, but just didn't. You know what I mean? So in a weird way, it's more polite just to be honest and read the book while they're up there.
I agree. And what you just said is funny because it's true. What I determined early on is when you know you're set. Hey, Rich from North Carolina, when you know where the big laughs are, you know you're set. So it's like, oh, this joke gets a chuckle, this joke gets applause, this joke gets a big laugh, and I would hit every punchline, and they would go like this. Oh, ha ha ha! Like it took them a second, like.
Right.
After I stopped talking,
People
like I would go, here is the punchline,
up.
pause. There would be a beat where they'd realize, oh, this is where the laugh comes. Okay, haha. And so they chuckled in all the right places, but it was like a delay, and it was funny. So
you know what they do is they chuckle like they're comedy audience members for a show, for like a movie, and they're hired by central casting, but they do the laughing part badly. And it's just horribly unconvincing laughing from somebody pretending to be at a comedy show. That's what you get. Or you get a lady who's just reading her book, and it's like, yeah, I like her so much more. She was the star of the show to me.
Yes, I enjoyed her. I mean, first of all, to bring, probably because she knew there was going to be a comedian, but to bring a book to your corporate party in the first place, I mean, that's funny.
God damn it, I'm drawing a blank. Lady from The Office, big lady, glasses. That feels like it.
Feels like I know. Yeah, she played Sadness in Inside Out. I can't think of her name either.
Right. Yeah. Was it Doris? I'm drawing a blank. Either way, she would have done that shit. The comic would have came up. Her and Stanley would have pulled out books, and they would have just read as you sort of did clean dick jokes.
Very clean. I got that right before. I'm like, hey, what kind of show are you looking for? PG-13, a little slightly adult? And he's like, no, it's got to be clean. I'm like, all right, no problem, because you go in knowing it should be. But here, I don't want to give too much away because they were nice people. I'll describe it like this. You get a group of accountants, and you're like, okay, they're going to be a little tight ass. This was a blue collar, hands on crowd. So generally, like I do plumbers or I've got an Indian shop. Either way, they say, oh no, do R-rated, and you can have a really good show. This was a blue collar, hands dirty crowd, and you could see there are a lot of beards, a lot of like rough and tumble. And the guy said, no, we still want it clean. I'm like, it didn't really match. I think I would
No,
have gotten bigger
they're
laughs
not gonna.
had I been allowed to just total go a little dirtier.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's fair. I had a pretty good week. I just signed a lease on a new apartment, so we're moving out of here.
Oh, you've been talking about that for a while.
Yeah, man, it's a little further out. It's in Rego Park, but still a fairly quick commute into the city, and more importantly, it's just bigger. Like I love where I'm at. I'm in Woodside. I'm right by the train and very close to the city. But me, my wife, two kids, two dogs, and a cat live in an apartment. We measured it the other day, and it came out to this two bedroom. It's about 460 square feet, man. I mean, it's a tiny two
To
bedroom.
be fair, your two dogs are both Chihuahuas, so they're like cats themselves. Your cat
Right.
might be bigger than your dog.
Yeah, that's it. The animals aren't. No, the cat is bigger than the dog. Yeah, but it's really tiny, man. And the place we're going to, 2 stories, 1,200 square feet. We're paying a little more for it, but hey, man, it's 4 times the apartment. So
All
yeah,
right, before we jump to news, I want to jump to comments because I don't know if we're getting our Phyllis. There we go. Played.
Billy. That's right. That's what I was thinking about.
But I want to jump to the next comment. I don't know if we're getting our chains yanked here, but
She's the most fun ride. She would be the most appreciative. Feel
yeah.
like she screamed the loudest. You know what I mean?
I can't read the first part. Not candle, something lamb chops. Okay, I'm 19 and thinking about proposing to my girlfriend. Should I do it? We've never jumped into the Stormy says, hey, Stormy, but I don't know if this is a legit question. We usually don't jump into the questions, the comments this soon. We're going to hit news, but let's jump right in. I'm 19 and thinking about proposing to my girlfriend. Should I do it? If you want a fun, tumultuous, get divorced in a couple of years marriage, then go for it. Yes. Otherwise, no, 19 is way too young, especially if you're high school sweethearts who have been together since junior high and she or he, I don't know which one you identify as because your name is non-conforming. Either way, no, 19, you're going to get divorced. That's all there is to it. It's not going to last.
Yeah, I haven't had a lawn in a long time, so I'm not familiar with lawn care terms. I don't know what tumultuous means, but I will say that it will be a pain in the ass. I feel getting married at 19. That said, if you really love her and don't want to, you've been together since 7th grade. Hey, man, if you don't want to have any kind of sowing the wild oats kind of thing, as the Amish say, I would say, and I don't want to tell you no because I don't know the relationships. I will say if you're randomly asking two dudes on the internet that look like us, you've already been like, sweet, I'm going to get married to the girl of my dreams. Been with her since the 8th grade or 7th grade, so to speak. And you've never been happier, soulmates, all that kind of thing. But you know what didn't happen in the Titanic when Jack was painting that picture of Rose? He didn't go to a couple drunk assholes down at that fucking Irish bar that looked like us and be like, hey, should I paint a picture of this rich chick naked? Should I make her be with me forever, even in the afterlife? All that kind of thing. So that to me leads me toward no, but I haven't heard I don't know the details about that. Only you would know.
Well, and to be fair, quickly, immediately after I say no, don't do it, fucking AC jumps in with married at 19, still together at 55. So
There you go.
AC's Israel, as soon as I say you're going to get divorced, AC proves me wrong. So,
But
but Jake's
it,
point is correct. You're asking two dipshits online for advice. And to be fair, our title of this podcast is Idiots on Parade, not love experts, not really smart dudes with PhDs. No, we are idiots.
you're basically running down the street at a parade of idiots, yelling at the float, going, "Give me some advice on one of the most important things in my life." And so it's just kind of, we're happy to do it. You know what I mean? This is
Yeah, because
what
we
we,
have nothing invested. If we say
yeah.
yes, you get married and it's horrible. If we say no and you miss out on the love of your life, it doesn't mean anything to us either way. We want you to be happy, but we're not going to know whether or not you're happy or not. This is we're just two talking faces on your phone screen.
And for the most part, happy people don't listen to our podcast. I'm hoping he fails. Listen, do whatever your heart is telling you not to do. That's what I. That way, you keep being miserable and keep listening to this podcast. No, I mean, hey, AC's got a good point. You could be missing out on the love of your life. You could be doing all that. So it's a big decision. I guess you just got to ask yourself. Uh, uh, have you been happy with her this whole time? Would you ever want to be without her? uh, uh, could you be happy with anybody else? You know what I mean? Could you ever see yourself with somebody else? If the answer is no, then you got to stay with it.
All right, this is gonna get graphic, but I'm gonna say something exceedingly honest. I have been in 4 relationships before I found my wife, and I knew she was the one that I wanted to marry. All of my relationships, though, there's a difference between, and at 19, I don't know how many. Well, you've been together since 7th grade. Here's the deal.
Right. This isn't just some
Yeah.
in homeroom, you know.
Well, what I was gonna say is whenever I was on the road or whenever I don't know how to put this other than there's a difference when you are with someone and you're gonna have sex, and the instant you come, the instant you blow your load, and you're like, I guess it's from when Harry met Sally. If you like boom, you're like, oh God, I got to get out of here. That's not you don't. All 4 relationships I was in, after I came, I wanted to still be around him.
Since he was barely a teenager. I mean, I think we're past that.
Well, I don't know if you see, yeah, because the instant I came and I still wanted to be around her, I'm like, oh, this could be a relationship because I don't immediately want to get the hell away. So, yeah, if after every time you blow your load, please don't tell me you guys haven't slept together. Please don't tell me that you're like 19 and still just sort of like holding hands and playing kissy face, because you don't want to put too much pressure on the sex. You don't want to build it up and then have it be like, oh,
yeah, man. Not nobody's religion or nothing, but if this is one of those, we can't bang till the guy hanging up there on the cross says we should.
Yeah.
I would say maybe throw a sheet over the cross so he can't see for a bit. You know what I mean? Like maybe put a little tiny blindfold on that crucifix so he can't see what's going on. Just fuck once or twice. And then, yeah, so he said, wait, but I don't. No, does that mean you haven't slept together? Or no, you're not in one of these kind of weird religious.
Oh yeah. Sorry, we don't follow along. We're just yapping. So what Jake just asked, no, it's not because of religion, or no, you have not slept together. We need specifics here.
Oh yeah, because if you haven't slept together,
you got to get that out of the way, because people physically have to be compatible. What if you're into butt stuff and she's not, and it really starts to gnaw at you, and then we are not in that weird religion. Okay, good. Good.
Yes, good. They've been having a normal, relationship for almost a decade now, man. Like 19 feels young, and it is, but when you've been with somebody for over a decade, you're both adults now.
Yeah.
I can see how she'd be like, hey, look, we're either gonna be people who were together since we were really young, and we were like, high school lovers and stuff like that, or we're together forever. But we got to choose now. Are we going around and playing around with other people? Are we are we a thing? Are we going to be like AC and his wife?
Exactly.
Or are we just going to be the couple from Greece or whatever?
Well, they got together at the end.
Did they?
Yeah, because they drove off in the. Oh, I touched my camera. Now I got a mirror image going. All right.
I haven't seen the end of Greece yet. You spoiled it.
Let's jump to some news. I've read multiple stories on this, but let's jump in right away with American hero Luigi, the healthcare problem solver. Here we go. Who is Nancy Parker, McDonald's employee who allegedly? I love how they put allegedly in the title of this, not that she was the whistleblower. McDonald's employee who allegedly turned in Luigi Mangione reportedly misses out on reward money. Apparently, they had a reward hotline set up. Hey, if you see this hero, turn him in, because you probably turn in Anne Frank too, you horrible person, and we'll pay you $60,000 to do the wrong thing. Well, she called 911 instead of the tip line, and now there's some legal finagling, which is saying, well, you didn't really call the tip line, so 60,000, we might cut you a check for 5,000. It's going back and forth. I've read several articles saying that she might not be entitled to the full 60,000, and I say good, because I mean, you turned in an American hero, and like I said, you are the type of person that would, when the Nazis came knocking on the door, or you'd go out and not even knocking on the door. You were the one
I
as the
don't know
Nazis
if
marched by. You'd like wave like, "Hey, up in my attic, go check."
I don't know if this guy is Anne Frank. I don't know if hero's a bit of a stretch for me. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if gunning down the heads of companies you don't like is necessarily the solution. That said, the fact that this big organization, the FBI, the American government, the law enforcement agencies, the fact that they fucked over a small person in the system because of fine print on their forms and all. If only there was some vigilante. If only there was a hero willing to step up and do something about this. Oh wait, there wasn't. You turned him in. No, I think, yeah, I don't think I would have ratted on the guy. You know what I mean? But like this thing where they're pretending he's this hero. I mean, I feel that about the head of the healthcare companies. This who is that? Martin Shkreli. You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking.
yeah, the Pharma Boy, Martin. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So everybody was like, "Oh, this guy's evil." Can you believe that he jacked up the price of this drug after he bought the company? It's like, yeah, I can. He's a dick. He did his job. He's a white collar Wall Street business guy, and he jacks up the money of the cost of things that he has after he buys them. Why does our system have our healthcare in the hands of a dude like this? Why does our system have our healthcare in the hands of corporations whose job, basically the way they get rich, is we get as much money as we can out of people every month and then figure out how to pay them back the least. That is as a CEO, that is my responsibility to my shareholders, to the board of directors, is to make as much money as I can out of this. Why should it be this for-profit thing? And if it is going to be, then there should be lots of government oversight on that, much more than a regular corporation, because this is our healthcare. This isn't McDonald's. This isn't Toyota. This is our medicine. We need this shit.
you don't
So
think there should be a oversight on restaurant food or the two
no, there should
thousand
be
pound weapons we
more
drive
on this.
around?
No, not like this. Not like this. There shouldn't. No, I mean there should be oversight on everything. Yes, I'm not saying Wild West, but like
Yeah.
there should be. This is not. Restaurants and food kind of fall in like the normal business category, where this is some other shit, right? Like I will say, regular consumer good stuff here, food here,
Jack
medicine.
in the Box would say
But
otherwise as far as regulation because they were the first E.
Xbox.
coli kings of death. If you don't remember that, Jack in the Box, AC will remember it.
Right. Okay. Again, you're twisting my words here. Not saying that restaurants should not be regulated, but I'm saying depending on the industry, you need more regulation. We treat it like it's all just Xbox.
Well, I'm not twisting your words. I'm just pushing back to be a dick.
What's up?
I'm not twisting your words. I'm just pushing back to be a dick.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. But what I'm saying is don't get mad at the dude at the time. I mean, hey man, I'm not saying I'm weeping over the head of a health insurance company getting fucking whacked, but like, I don't know if calling the guy who did it a hero is necessarily the right thing, because now it's like, well, any company I don't like, I guess I better go kill one of the executives. You know what I mean? I just go full Michael Douglas and falling down. Like, what do you mean I can't get a breakfast sandwich at 10:35? I'm gonna Luigi your ass. You getting Ouija, Ronald?
I want to jump back to calling him a hero part. Did you see the trend that took place on the internet in the past few days? It was one of the most beautiful things. I don't know who started it, but there's a truck stop that was the most popular one I saw that posted on Facebook a picture, a Photoshop. Well, I don't want to say Photoshop. I'm going to say it's real. A picture of Luigi giving a thumbs up is like, hey, I just want to thank our employee of the week, Luigi, for putting in a 24-hour shift on December 6th starting. It was just, and then I went down, I commented like, oh, I saw him hard at work. It was good. I high five Luigi. Like all these people are. So then it just spread like wildfire. All these people acting as an alibi online for Luigi for that day.
I would say, who's the most upset about this whole shooting, this whole situation? The Democratic Party. if this guy would have done this 4 months ago, they could have ran Luigi instead of Kamala. They'd have won this thing. He would be. I'm telling you, he would have swept all 50 states, especially because you know how Harris really expected to get like women across the board, but like 53% of white women ended up voting for Trump. If there's one thing I have learned from serial killer docs and true crime docs, it's that white women love murderers. They love murderers.
Murderers
he would have
with
swept
abs. They love
that's
murderers
right.
with abs.
Oh, they don't even need abs. Are you kidding me?
No, they don't. But that's a bonus. That's a bump. That's a boost.
Right. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah,
That's
the cherry on the sundae.
Dude, there's murderers on death row who look like me but fatter and balder if I also had a stroke, just getting love letters and panties from women that look like, I don't know, like a young Sarah Jessica Parker or something. And they're just on death row going, hey, another one wants to suck me off. She said she thinks about that every time she closes her eyes, you know? And so, dude, if Luigi ran a hot killer, a hot famous killer, and they get to kind of do a thing where they're pretending to be super socially conscious by banging this guy while actually just doing something they wanted to do. You know what I mean? They get to do that. They get to virtue signal while they're banging a dude with abs that looks like that. That's their other favorite thing. They love serial killers. They love virtue signaling. They get to do both by banging this guy.
And the Republican response would be, hey, he's not a politician. He's just a figurehead. You're going to use the deep state to run the government. That's what you said about Biden. Biden's a figurehead, too. He's been senile for 2 years and just letting things go on. So, yeah, we just replace a figurehead with a figurehead.
You want an outsider that is going to drain the swamp. I mean, nobody drains the swamp like this guy. Oh, Trump said he could get away with shooting somebody on Fifth Avenue. My president did it. President Luigi did it.
Yes. All right. Next story. This is not really a news story. It's a tweet, but I loved it so much that I wanted to talk about it. Tweet from Ashu Arora Ya from Yes Madam. I don't know what that is. I'm just going to read the full tweet. I want everyone to experience this. It's an inter-office email that was screenshot and turned into a tweet. Someone screenshot the email. So this is an inter-department work email. Dear team, recently we conducted a survey to understand your feelings about stress at work. Most of you shared your concerns, which we deeply value and respect. As a company committed to fostering a healthy and supportive work environment, we have carefully considered the feedback. To ensure no one remains stressed at work, we have made the difficult decision to part ways with the employees who indicated significant stress. This decision is effective immediately, and impacted employees will receive further details separately. Thank you for your contributions. Best regards. Yes, madam. There you go. Fired.
Yes.
Hey, how are you feeling about work? Oh, you're stressed out. You're fired.
I'm telling you, they're getting scared ever since Luigi. The CEOs are taking their pictures off of their websites, and
that's funny that they're taking their. They used to brag. They used to have their like, oh, I made it to the top. I make more than 1,000 of my workers combined.
Not once Marie Antoinette's head goes rolling down those stairs next to the guillotine. And then they're like, no, I'm not really the Duke of Loppity Toppity Doo. I'm just Jim. Yeah, like that's kind of the way it goes, man. But
is firing them the way to go? Wouldn't that cause? Isn't that for a good chunk of the past 15, 20 years? Wasn't it always it was either a disgruntled or a fired employee that went back to the office and went bang, bang, right? It was always that.
Yeah. They're just sitting there going, listen, shit's going nuts with these companies. That guy capped the CEO, and now he's being heralded like he's Batman, like he's vigilante corporate Batman. And like, no, anybody stressed out here, we're getting them the fuck away from us, man. We're trying to save our asses. That's what that spells to me.
We got AC as acting as an associate producer of the podcast. He's fact checking us in real time. Found online. On Tuesday, the startup clarified that it hadn't fired anyone and that the social media posts were part of a, quote, planned effort to highlight the serious issue of workplace stress. Boo! Boo, AC fact checking us.
I like that. I like
thief
that.
of joy, robbing thief of joy.
No, this makes me love this company. It really does. They're sitting there going, "Oh, you guys are stressed at work, huh? Well, you fired." And then while they're sitting there wallowing in their pain, they start playing the song from Cinderella. They don't know what you got till it's gone.
Tom had the most gravelly voice. Now watch it. It's like he was almost
yeah. It was. I didn't. It's too early for me to go full Cinderella, but that's what I think happened. Nothing makes you love your job like almost losing your job.
That is some goddamn good reverse psychology on the part of the company. All right. Well, that one was shot down. They found out who's behind the drones. You guessed it, Frank Stallone. Oh, Frank Stallone. How dare you? How dare you, Frank Stallone? What? Didn't Frank Stallone do a song for like a God, did he sing the song for First Blood? He's in the end credits. Frank Stallone did a song for some really popular movie. AC, fact check me on that.
Dude, I know I look older than I am. I don't know a whole fucking lot about Frank Stallone. I got to tell you right now, I just know he'd be on B movies that they would put Stallone at the top of the thing, but they would fuck.
They wouldn't say Frank.
Yeah. And then you're like, who the hell is this guy? And that's all I know about. I couldn't name you a single one of those movies, though. I damn sure don't know his songs. This is a deep cut. This is a Frank Stallone deep cut. But I would like it if he was in charge of the drones. If he was somehow behind this and he's sitting there going, "Oh, I'm tired of living in my brother's shadows, I think I'm going to become a Bond villain. I'm going to be the best Bond villain there's ever been." And then he just becomes evil. Yeah. Teams up with Elon, something like that.
Next story. We talked about this guy.
Did we talk drones last week?
No, because it hadn't happened. It happened over the course of this week. I didn't send you any drone stuff because I'm not really paying that much attention to it. I did see that there was an elected official. I can't remember if it was a local congressman that said there was an Iranian mothership off the coast releasing these drones. So.
I think it was a U.S. guy. Yeah, it was. I think it's hilarious that people think it's like aliens from outer space and like on and stuff, and like all these people who think that Iran's just gonna sneak some shit over here that's going to fly through the sky. And it's so sneaky that none of our radars picked it up. None of the extensive stuff. The same with the aliens from outer space. Like we have
the mothership. It'd be like 4th of July, Independence Day. It'd be like a Frank Stallone saying "Far from over" from Staying Alive. I knew there was why can't I think of Rocky's real name? Sylvester directed Staying Alive, so that makes sense. All right.
Do you know more about Frank Stallone than you do Sylvester? Is that what?
I had a brain fart on Sylvester's name, but I knew Sylvester directed Staying Alive,
Stallone movies
and Frank did the song.
That's what I heard.
So do you want to jump to the next story, or did I interrupt you on the drones? Because drones,
the fact that they think that Iran's just going to sneak some shit in here, or like aliens. Right. And it somehow got through all of the radar stuff, all of the satellites, all of our shit we have up there. But it was just noticed by a bunch of people on the grounds with iPhones going, "What the hell's that up there?" Like it's clearly our government testing out new shit. That's what it is. They've been doing it forever. I don't know why this is. Well, yeah, okay. Are
the
we
China balloons? Yeah,
floating balloon. No. That they knew right away is a Chinese weather balloon that its controls got fucked up. They knew instantly what that was. They knew almost right away what the hell that was.
Yeah, they did. They run out. But they did miss, if you remember, and I don't want to talk politics, but they said that after discovering the one that flew overhead during Biden's administration, and the right was screaming, "How dare Biden let this happen?" They went, "Yeah, by the way, now that we look back on our records, it happened 3 times under Trump." And then they, got quiet about it, like, "Oh, we didn't notice that there were 3 of these." And those things were the size of a school bus, if you remember. They're like, they said heroes and patriots should shoot them down with their own guns. Like, a weather balloon that's in the stratosphere. But yeah, they were the size of school buses. They were big Chinese weather balloons. Spy balloons.
They were basically implying like, "Oh, Biden's a pussy for not shooting it down," as it's like flying over the country. And it's like, if that landed on some fucking guy's apartment, you know what I mean? On some guy trailer out in the middle of nowhere, you'd be sitting there going, "Oh, Biden, he's killing Republicans with his shooting down weather balloon. It's a DEI hire that made this decision. Like they would go fucking nuts. But yeah, they waited till it got out over the ocean and they shot the fucking thing down.
All right, we're running out of time on Zoom, plenty of time on YouTube Live. So let's jump to another story. We got to hit this one before we go. Because we've been following this. We've talked about it several times. Judge blocks Onion's acquisition of Infowars assets, saying, "I don't think it's enough money." So Alex Jones, noted asshole, got sued, lost everything to the families of Sandy Hook, deservedly. Then the Onion talked to the families of Sandy Hook. They had an agreement. Hey, we will buy Infowars. The families agreed. This is, we're not in this for the money. We want to do what's right. So the person in charge of it's in the story. I can't remember his name. Long short, signed off on it. The Onion buys it, but then Alex Jones, because he's an asshole, he and his supplement company sue. They say it wasn't enough money, and the judge agrees. But here's the weird part: the judge said it quote, left a lot of money on the table for families who won a $1.4 billion judgment. And quote, "You've got to scratch and claw and get everything you can for them," the judge said. The problem is the families agreed to it. They wanted this to happen. And here's the name: the trustee who oversaw the auction, Christopher Murray, defended the bid. And the judge said he wasn't going to get involved. He was going to kick it back to Christopher Murray. So the families agree with the Onion. This is what we want to happen. Christopher Murray, the guy in charge, says, "Yep, let's make it happen." And then a judge comes in and says, "No, you can't let it happen." Christopher Murray, the guy in charge, work it out. They already worked it out. I do not understand the legal system at all. They already worked it out, and it's going back.
Yeah,
in a statement, the families in a statement, the lawyer for the families say, they either way they'll preserve. They like it, that they were happy, that they wanted this to happen. Either way, so Alex Jones continues to be an asshole even after losing everything.
Well, here's the thing. I think this is one of those things to where he's technically right on this.
Okay.
Fortunately, he's so unlikable in a courtroom versus the survivors of the families of school shooting victims that
someone bruh, wait, we're gonna go to the chat after we finish this. So hold on to your serious questions, someone bruh, and we will get to you.
Because let's say we have a judgment against me, right? I owe you let's say $1 million. Now
I came to Steve Buscemi looking for an autograph. You signed that autograph, so I sue you because you're not Steve Buscemi. You owe me $1 million.
I owe you $1 million for a fraudulent Steve Buscemi sign. You know what I mean? And I said, well, if you look closely, it said Frank Buscemi. And you're like, you're not good at Frank Stallone me, goddammit. I've fallen for this nut with movie so bad that I now know more Frank Stallone movies than Stallone movies. It's the goddamn 1980s cinemas all over again. And so, anyway, I owe you $1 million. Now I start auctioning off my stuff, which isn't much. Just got these paintings here. Let's say I'm at an auction and people are offering me a certain amount for this painting. And I say, well, I would take that, but I like this person more who's offering me a third of the price. No, sorry. You like the person offering you a third of the price for this more. So you're going to get the auctioneer to sell it to them for a third of the price. Now, I'm still on the hook for way more fucking money, even though I could have got more from this painting. You see what I'm saying?
The back end. Okay, I hear you.
You're fucking me out of what I could be using to sell to pay you, even though I'm selling 100% of the painting. I'm getting a third of the price. Therefore, I now still owe you 2/3 of a painting because you decided to take less money.
So right, I hear that. I thought it was that just came off the top. Like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I hear you. Doesn't make him any less an asshole.
Basically, what I'm saying is just a deep state fucking Alex Jones out of the price of a painting is what this is.
All right, one final story.
Wait, we didn't take the question.
No, I want to do it after we get out of the news because we're running out of time. I wanted to hit this story that made no sense to me. Christian OnlyFans model Sophie Rain made $43 million last year. The reason she's able to be Christian and an OnlyFans model is the Lord is very forgiving. Here's the part I don't understand. She first began posting on OnlyFans in May 2023 while working a minimum wage job at a restaurant. Her boss eventually found out about the page and fired her. If you have a celebrity working at your restaurant, this isn't, we hear about teachers getting fired or, a nun getting, why would someone that owns a restaurant not want as many people coming to that restaurant as possible? If you have a face that's making millions of dollars a year showing something, people are going to go to that restaurant. This is suspicious. The idea that a restaurateur would not try and get as many people in the door as possible.
I just like the fact that they think that their clients, they have so little faith in their food that they're like, no one's gonna eat this steak if they know that an OnlyFans model's bringing it to them. Like, what do you? I don't think. Do you realize the abhorrent crimes against humanity a server would have to do before I would stop eating at a restaurant for? It would have to be like, oh, this guy's guilty of cannibalism. And now Jeffrey Dahmer, who faked his own death in prison, is now bringing me steaks. I don't know what's in this fucking thing.
Yes, it would have to be more than. I'm not on OnlyFans. I've never paid anyone, but if I heard that my restaurant had an OnlyFans I'd go check it out. I'd go check it out just for the sake of doing it, just to see, like, oh yeah, she's cute in person.
I mean, I don't know how many OnlyFans models are famous enough to where
I gotta close the door. My kid's downstairs playing.
All right, I don't know how many OnlyFans models are famous enough that random ass people are going to be sitting there at a restaurant going, yeah, I'll take the number 3 with a soup or a hey, wait a minute, you're on OnlyFans. You're on OnlyFans. I know you. I don't think this is actually affecting the business one way or the other.
Yeah, or to add on to what you say, hey, I know you. You're on OnlyFans. Cancel my order. I don't think that's going to happen either.
Yeah. It's like listen, can I talk to your manager? Listen, I mean, the Reuben was great. It's just I can't concentrate on eating food when I'm focused on her premium content. I just, I buy so much of her premium content. I just can't quit staring at her ass now that I'm in here eating. So
nice.
I don't want to eat food when all I'm thinking about is eating ass. I don't know. I don't think it weighs into it. It feels like a holier than thou thing that the owner was doing. Like they just don't approve morally of it, and so
yeah, probably
they just don't want it. So it feels odd to me, but I do like the idea of like a hardcore Christian OnlyFans, model. I just look.
Well, she gets it. She gets it. She said the Lord is very forgiving. All right, we got to sign off on Zoom, so that's the audio podcast. You can find me at nathantimmel.com, shirt store, t-shirt store, unapologetic special. You can find Jake at Jake Vevra, Vevera, on all social media. He has a special on YouTube, Unalived by Dog Pills. Go check that out. And we're going to turn to the live chat on YouTube for the remainder of this. So thanks for tuning in.
I spent all my money on a Christian OnlyFans model. Now I'm poor.
Yeah. Stop recording there. All right. So first of all, going to the chat, did we ever get that question from the guy? I do see this. We pissed off Jesse Miller. That's how you don't get recommended channel. Don't quit your day job, guys. So Jesse doesn't like us. But right below that, someone's picking on me. A cat picture.
Jones. But to be fair, if you tuned into my argument, if you tuned into our Alex Jones thing right in the middle, it sounds like I'm way pro Alex Jones.
Well, actually, I don't know if you've noticed this, but whenever we shit on Alex Jones, especially me, our numbers go up because his defenders stumble across us, and then they love him. They get pissed at us, so we get more support when we shit on him. I'm a little more. I don't care that he doesn't recommend our channel because he doesn't like us. I'm hurt by the next accusation from the next person who said, "You look like the thing from the Lord of the Rings that repeats my precious." I'm assuming that's an attack on me. Oh wait, no, Jake. I think he's talking about you. You're Gollum.
Oh hell yeah, dude. People are always trying. You know what I am is I'm Gollum, like not before he ever touched the ring, but I'm Gollum like day 2. Where it's kind of like, hey man, I kind of like this thing. Where'd my ring go? It's just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not full on, precious. Like I'm just sort of like, goddamn, I've never seen a ring this shiny. I just even kind of tastes good. Even kind of, I'm rubbing it on my gums a bit. This is good. This is not. This is a damn good ring. I'm just started. I'm becoming a ring addict. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Right.
sort of going what he's like. I just hold the ring social. You know what I mean? Like I could put this ring down anytime I wanted, and it's not becoming a problem. I mean, my friends are telling me to get rid of the ring. I think they're just being prudent. They're talking about it's making my eyes bug out, my hair fall out, all this shit. I just think they're being negative and they're jealous of my ring. So I'm gonna keep holding this thing. I don't give a shit.
Nice.
I'm
I
Gollum
scrolled.
day two.
I scrolled back and found someone bruh's question. His serious question was, "Have you all been to Suck On?" So the setup to suck on these nuts. So it wasn't a serious question at all. It
Dude,
was.
here's how dumb I was. I was Googling Sukon. I thought it was like an Asian restaurant or something. I didn't know.
I've
I
been to
was
South Korea.
Yeah, I was saying that even then, I'm damn near illiterate. As I was gonna be like Sukon, this you're asking me about Sukon. I'm so confused. Where is this restaurant?
Solar Lass popped up. Hello, Solar Lass. Do we have any other? I thought that was going to be a legitimate question. We got custom Christian Bridge. We got a lot of spam in this one. Jack says Trump for no reason. All right. Ever seen a UFO? Jack Cox, ever seen a UFO? No, I'm going to go on record and say that I've never seen an unidentified flying object, and I don't believe in aliens. So I've never seen one, and I'm not. I'm not. My mom is. My mom is a big alien head. She sends me shit all the time, like, and now they're calling them UPIs, unidentified UIPs, and I don't remember it either. My mom is
Right.
big into aliens. I'm not so much, probably because of that. Kind of like if you have an overbearing religious parent, you tend to move away from religion. My mom's not overbearing, but she's so into aliens that I went the other direction, like, not interested.
Yeah, I don't think that there's aliens like that have come here and stuff like that. Even though I do look like I'm part alien. Like I look like I'm half Gollum, or I could be half alien. You know what I mean? Probing that went wrong in the 1980s at some point. Now my wife is, or now my mother is kicking out weird little alien freak babies. I liked it. Christian Bridges emojis. He's so zennial. He just speaks
Yeah, an
emoji
emoji.
like ancient Egyptian hieroglyph stuff. There's
I
one
want
that
to, Jake, I want to stick on the aliens for half a second because the best explanation I ever heard for life in other worlds was that given the age of the universe, there has probably been other existences of life in the universe. It's just that it is so big and so vast that the idea that it's happening at
correct.
the same time, that there are people on Earth and then another planet at the exact same time, is probably very very small. But that
I
there,
be just because the universe is so big, but I think they're so far away they'll never
yeah,
come.
that if they'd have to invent a wormhole, the technology, that's his point, is like, sure, there are other life forms and maybe they're happening at the same time, but for one to have the technology at the same time, like, the chances are really small. We're not, we're gonna fade away. Earth is gonna, go away, and there will be life somewhere else, and they'll wonder about us. But the idea that it happens the same time. Go outside and touch some grass. We had an ice storm here in
I was
Iowa yesterday.
New York
We have
City.
no
There's
grass.
no
We have
fucking
ice
grass.
everywhere. I want to know how I mirror imaged
I
every
only
time I
have those little
move.
planters that have the trees in them where dogs and homeless people piss and shit. I'm not touching that.
Yeah, we have an ice storm. Boss Yappington City. Yeah, that's what we do. We yap. We talk. That's what this is. This is a talking thing. If we sat here just staring at the screen like this,
That's true.
it wouldn't be
Mark
much of a podcast.
Mark says, "Eat a succulent Chinese dinner." Suck on. God damn it! You've inspired me. Now I want to. I want to start a Chinese restaurant called Suk on this.
I like Thai food better than Chinese food. All
Dude,
right.
no. I'm starting one called Suk on this, and every piece of food we have is gonna be served on a stick. It's all gonna. I mean, just the General Tso's chicken's gonna be on a stick. Everything is gonna be on a stick. Everything you get.
I don't know if you can see the ice, but that's you can't really. It's too color. I was gonna say the ice is all in my window well,
Dude,
but
are you like in a doomsday bunker? That's
yeah,
crazy.
this is my doomsday bunker with a window, so that when we're hiding from the Walking Dead zombies, they can look in and see us.
Dude,
Yes.
I think this is why you get so much hate when you trash Alex Jones. You look like you're in an Alex Jones loving doomsday bunker. So they tune in. The algorithm is like, this guy's talking about Alex Jones. They look where you're recording and they're like, fuck yeah, one of the good ones, dude. He knows the new world order is about to storm him and take all of his shit. And then you just sit there going, this prick sucks. He deserves to pay $1 trillion to Connecticut, And they're like, what the hell? You're a doomsday prepper who hates Alex Jones. You're a traitor. You're a traitor. How dare you?
That's well reasoned. MK wants to know, is the Earth flat? Inconclusive. I'm not going to go either way. I'm not taking a stance on that. Is the Earth flat? Maybe.
I think so. I mean, why the hell not? Sure.
All right.
It's flat.
Well, I think we are out of questions. We're just getting hit with.
I will say though. I will say to the point of the flat earthers, man. The more time goes on, the more I like and respect the flat earthers. I mean, they're out of their fucking minds. But it seems to be just sort of one of the old school classic conspiracies that's fairly benign. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want to find Bigfoot. You know what I mean? It's not like, why? Because he was put there by Nancy Pelosi and the who's. Like, no, I just want to take pictures of him. You know what I mean? Like, it's not some nefarious thing that kind of blurs into anti-Semitism at some point, like most modern day conspiracies. It's just kind of a nice, yeah, I think it's flat. Who do you think's behind it? Is it the goddamn Democrats? Like, nah, I don't know. The people that sell globes, I don't know who's doing it.
There used to be, I'll have to look it up. There was a series of spy novels, or was it a spy detective? I don't remember. But one of the guy's covers was and this was back in the 70s or 80s. His cover was that he was a member of the Flat Earth Society. I mean, so this thing's been around for a while. This idiot belief. Yeah. It's just that with the internet. Hi, Norway. It's we got someone from Norway. It's just exploded. Like, that's the problem with the internet. The internet was supposed to be the age of information, and well, it became the place where people that believe stupid shit can find other people that believe stupid shit and create a community. Like, well, we know better than them. We know the Earth is flat, and so yeah, that's the downside to the internet is like-minded idiots can find one another,
right? No matter what,
bundle up.
No matter what the conspiracy, the Bigfoot people. It's now. I used to just be the weird guy in my town who carried around little photos I took in the woods where there's something shadowy in the background. But now I can upload those to BigfootsReal.com, and somebody
right
way can do it, and we all get to like beat off to each other's blurry, fuzzy photo pics that we think is a giant orangutan-like creature that has gone undiscovered until now.
Solar Lass, every time she sees me, wants to know I don't have a backdrop. I do. I have a black one and a white one, and I just don't think it looks good, because then you just have this either black wall behind me or a white that's too bright. So I kind of like the dank, oppressive look of the thing.
Yeah, no, him with a backdrop, it sort of looks like an ISIS hostage.
Yeah, it does.
Like at any point, he's going to get butt stroked by an AK-47 and be like, I meant to say that the Western imperial governments will topple before Allah's greatness. I'm sorry.
Okay, we have two problems again before we sign off. One, bro should start an OnlyFans. I'm assuming he's talking about you. But then here we go. MK, we went through this once already. When the guy on the right answered, I know this guy is not right in the head. Which one of us is on your right? Like, Jake is on my right. Is Jake on your? I'm Nathan. That's Jake. Which one of us is on your right? Because neither one of us is right in the head.
Well, I think I'm on the right. It probably looks like our screens. Am I on the right on your screen?
You're on the right. The man in the left is normal. Well, what the fuck the guy on the right is on? He doesn't know what the fuck the guy on the right is on. So one of us is normal.
My entire broadcast has been brought to you by Monster. That's a free plug for these guys.
To MK, this whole started a kerfuffle a couple of weeks ago when someone said the guy on the left is a lesbian.
The dude who's not right in the head knew exactly what fucking side of the thing I'm on. I'm one of them goddamn dummy savants or whatever they call us. I should be counting toothpicks.
Dummy savant.
Doing all that shit.
Well, all this started when we couldn't figure out which one of us was the lesbian and which one of us was trad. Bald guy should start an OnlyFans.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Bald See, Jake that's what you have to do. You have to start insulting us specifically, not by not by point of view, but by bald or toothy or whatever the fuck is wrong with our face. Fucking shithead hair. I don't know.
Dude, yeah, what I should do is I bang that Christian OnlyFans lady for being sinful and being on OnlyFans as a punishment. You know what I mean? Like I hook up with women as a punishment.
There you go. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. How often do you do the sausage? How often do you beat the sausage? Oh, how often do you beat the sausage?
Two times.
I'm married, so I have to wait till my house is empty. And then it's like the instant you get an empty house, it does cross your mind like, oh, no one's home. So I don't have a schedule. I just have random opportunity.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
not
toothy.
that I do it or anything, but I know that Kevin Spacey and what was that, American Daydreamer or whatever, he used to just beat off in the shower where his wife didn't know he was doing it.
Lester Burnham. Best part of Lester Burnham's day was in the morning of American Beauty.
That
All
American
right.
Beauty, I knew I got the name wrong. But yeah, you could just do that until the one part where he beat off while his wife was sleeping next to him. That was it's like, what are you doing, man? Just go in the shower.
Just go in the shower. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We will be here next Sunday at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 Mountain, and 9 Pacific. All
Go
right.
put your sausages and think about me while you're doing it. Fresh.
Oh, and my dog just woke up.